Hey, Dope here from Kingdom 110, just with some more advanced tips and tricks on how to maximize your farms. Just a couple of things that you should look out for and how you can use them to the best of their ability. So getting resources is really great. Getting resources from the building is really great, and gathering resources. The thing that it is quite limiting because there's obviously only a limited number of resources that you can get. So there's a few ways that you can maximize this. One that I use a lot is trying to get these finish these events under hot events. So for example, one that I've just finished recently is Tidal Treasure. So this is not that difficult to do. It basically requires logging onto the farm once, sometimes twice a day, and just basically doing your divination quests. If you just do them once, you can pretty much do everything. So that it's just like looking at how you get these maps. It's logging in, using stamina, and then up to 12 divination quests. I find that if you don't do your if you miss some divination quests, then they actually give you, usually it's limited to 8, but if you don't do them, they can bump them up to, you can do up to 15 at one go. So if you do all of those once a day, you'll end up with getting all of these maps. Then each of these little things gives you 3 of these resource bags. And then if you get all of the maps, you can end up getting this. So this gives you 2 marquee chests and then another 15 of these resource chests. Each marquee chest is worth 5 of these resource chests. So that ends up giving you basically 5 marquee chests. So that's a really valuable thing in terms of resources. Each marquee chest is 12.5 million food or 675,000 silver. So that can be, if you get 5 of those, we're looking at 60 million food or 3 million silver. So that's really, really, really useful. Another thing, sometimes they have an event that's just sign in. All you have to do is sign into the account and then come in, choose the event, and just click every day. And if you do that at the end of the 7 days, usually you get a marquee chest. So that's super valuable. Some things that they have going on here at the moment, so they have this vampire horde, which gives you a free spin every day, and you get to choose, I think it's 4 of these that you get to choose. Because it's on a farm specifically, I always choose the marquee chest. So let's just go ahead and spin this and pray. Come on, Lord Jesus, come on, Lord Jesus. Okay, not bad. 3 chests there. Those are a few different ways to maximize your resources. Another thing that you do is in your research, you develop your troop load. Because obviously on your farm you are limited by, you don't want to have too many troops. So if you can increase your troop load, you can gather more resources with less troops. So that's very useful. Something else that I find to be useful on the farm is I come in and do getting these gems. I try and do these at least once a day, just go auto deploy and just let it auto deploy. And then also on this abyssal mines, just go and get all of these. Let's find a free one. And do this. The reason why this is useful is that if you just get all the stuff to upgrade your armor, then you can, when it comes to the Pinnacle of Kings preparation phase, where you're trying to get more points than the other kingdom, you can use all your farm upgrades to help get more points for your kingdom. So what I usually tend to do here is just save all of my scrolls and boxes until it's time until the last day of the Pinnacle of Kings. And if it's tight, then I will run into my farms and just upgrade a bunch of stuff that can be really useful and help get quite a lot of points. Another thing is your ancient tombs. So if you get into your ancient tombs, this ancient tomb store, you can come in every day and just grab all of these items. And then get a whole bunch of resources that way. I don't really worry about getting the healing speed ups, or I do get the adventurer XP because that helps you with getting more talent points. And then also I do get VIP. I will get precision parts because that's useful for upgrading your airship. So if you have like a strong airship on your farm, you can hit like bigger undead rally camps, which can be useful in getting resources. And then I'll get all of these. You know, these are basically free ways to get resources, and then just come in and like I really just do this once a day if I have time. It's really just about trying to figure out what's the easiest way to have the most impact. Another event that happens is this honor challenge. If you just come in and do all of these things, you can usually get all the way to the end, and then you get a bunch of resources. Yeah, so here you'll get like 1.5 million food. You'll get some resource chests or resource bags, some stone. So that's really useful. Oh, another thing is your ability. So like on my farm, I find that I always get this ability, and I figured out, you can see I didn't figure it out right in the beginning, but just use all of my elixir on this harvest one, because it just gives you, at the moment it gives me 1.29 million grain and obsidian. So every time I use that, I get a nice boost in grain and obsidian, so that's really useful. Then also your talent points. So with talent points, just go full on economy. I didn't go with obsidian because I have so much of that, I don't really worry about it too much. But you just want to get everything to get as much resources as possible, really. So it's like grain production. This development is kind of useful. Not so useful anymore because I'm not really building anything more on my farm at the moment. Or I probably won't in the future either. One thing you also may want to do with your farm is you may want to upgrade your embassy, depending on how your map works, or if you have one in your kingdom. Embassy allows you to reinforce your farm, so you can use your main account to reinforce your farm. So at the moment I can put like 200,000 troops in here, which if someone's coming to attack a farm, usually they wouldn't. And if I put 200,000 T10s in here, they're going to get a bit of a surprise. There's another thing you can do with your airship. So usually on like my main account, I don't really worry about this kind of stuff with the airship. So fuck that one. Sorry, there's one with that. There's one airship upgrade that does a troop load. Okay, might actually be one of the further ones. But getting troop load up is generally very useful for your farm. Another one is that like the monkey, the mega Kong, we call it in our alliance, we call it Mega Dong. Getting Mega Dong, the Mega Dong quests are really useful. You can get a lot of marquee chests from that. So that's really awesome for getting resources. Another thing is, in the beginning, you basically want to speed run getting as high a stronghold level as possible. Most people like want to save their speed ups and not use them initially, but the farm is pretty much useless in the beginning. So I actually I just started a farm in the last video, just to give an example of how to start a farm. So this is on level 2. I'm just going to give a quick example of how to just speed run through the beginning part. Chi is going to be doing the video editing on this to just speed up this section, but pretty much in 10 minutes of just trying to speed run this stuff, you can get pretty far along. So let me just go ahead and do this. Okay, so now we get to this point where you get offered to purchase an extra builder. I 100% advise completely against buying anything on your farm. It's a complete waste of time, waste of money. If you're going to spend money, rather buy stuff on your main account that's actually going to make you stronger. If you want to get your farm faster, if you want to build your farm up to a high level faster, this is the only thing I would buy, is an extra builder. It just means that you can build and upgrade 2 buildings at a time, which makes your progress really fast. It costs 99 diamonds. I don't know what that works out. When I had my farms initially, I did buy this, and I think it cost like 99 cents. It was useful for me, but up to you. You definitely don't need it, but it does just help you progress. And then once again, just do not buy stuff on your farm. It's a waste of time. I'm going to stop there. So that's just over 10 minutes I took. I'm currently at Stronghold 5. You can just keep speed running this stuff. Most people aim for somewhere between Stronghold 17 and 20. Make sure you hit these events. If you want, buy an extra builder, but please do not buy anything else on your farm. Yeah, if you like this video, if you found it to be informative, you want me to make more, drop me a comment, and yeah, hopefully see you soon.